everybody. Welcome back to the OJ podcast. I'm Olivia. That's Jamie. And today we are talking about the Dutch Grand Prix weekend. We're finally back to F1 after what feels like forever.
Yeah.
And the silly season not being that silly.
I think the silly season happened this weekend. It was chaos, that's for sure.
I consider silly season being like all the rumors and stuff. And I would argue we had that before summer break. So I sat there just sadly watching the 4 episodes of Girl the Grid, which, hot take, weren't that entertaining this year.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
They weren't the greatest. They were still exciting. I'm not surprised at who won.
Oh, me either. I prefer them, I think, a bit more rapid. I don't think they were edited together as, like, quick pace as I needed this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I found them just less engaging, even though they were still fun.
But there was...
I also think they need more than 4 episodes. So.
I agree. They need to go back. Go back to the previous way. I don't like the longer 4 episodes. I want shorter ones.
See, okay, I think that's the problem. I'm a TikTok person now. I'm the rapid, like, you gotta hook me.
Yeah.
I'm not hooked in my rapid-based video.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want from me?
But there's one news that we haven't talked about that happened this past week. Cadillac's driver announcement. Which I think we both are very excited for.
Tweet about that.
What?
That was such a missed opportunity. I didn't tweet about that. That was such a missed opportunity on my end.
Come on, Olivia. I think I posted about it on TikTok.
I'm really good at live tweeting things I watch. And then I'm like, I'm busy because I work. You work too. But I'm the one in charge of this. I'm working. And then I get home. And it's like, oh, I just want to I work from home. But I get off my computer and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I want to sit here and do nothing. I've been puzzling all of summer break for F1. I did 2 1,000-piece puzzles. And I used my earbuds. I hooked up an audiobook. And I have just been zoning out and doing that instead of anything else. I have been so boring.
Yeah, I haven't done much.
Yeah. You get my thing.
Mm-hmm. But yes, we are both very excited for the driver's announcements. I think it's the right choice for Cadillac. I know a lot of people, like, there's a mixed feelings, but I think it's the right choice that they have 2 reliable, like, known reliable drivers as their starting year. Obviously, moving forward, then they can have rookies come in and stuff, but, like, they're just starting out on the grid, and typically once it gets to 11 cars plus, it kind of gets a little crazy. So, it's a good, smart move.
I think you take 2 reliable drivers who perform well. And I get, like, Checo and Bottas are, like, infamous for being number 2 drivers, but that doesn't mean they're bad. They were number 2 on
they were great.
Teams.
They were good number 2s.
The Red Bull seat has been proven to, that car's just been proven to be terrible. So, like, I don't think that doesn't mean anything bad. I love Checo, so I'm biased, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
You know?
I obviously have my notes on, like, Apple Notes where you can do the little, like, down thing where you can hide most of the things under a heading.
Oh, that's fun.
Like, if you can see it. Where you have the little buttons. I didn't realize how much I forgot how much had happened during the practices. I opened the notes and I went,
By the way, it's wild to me that I know you prefer dark mode and I don't, but it's wild to me that you have your notes app in dark mode.
Well, because my whole entire settings is dark mode. Like, you click the Apple settings and they put everything. My TikTok is in dark mode.
The only app I willingly have in dark mode is Discord. And I think it's because it comes in dark mode. I think if it were in light mode, I would change it.
I don't like how bright it is in my face. It hurts my eyes.
I can't see it.
That's a you problem.
Yeah.
But
I guess comment if you prefer light mode
or dark mode. I'm the only one that watches free practices. But that stuff was crazy. I do
watch free practices depending on the time they are at. I did not watch these free practices because I was working. But I have watched free practice before.
You can watch them after work. I didn't watch.
I have a family. I have my bed. I have my books. I have a lot.
I enjoy watching things a lot. Like, I'm constantly watching F1, so, or other things. I've been watching F3 lately.
I watch F1. I keep up on, obviously I watch all the races in the qualifying. I'll watch, like, for the free practices, I'll watch YouTube videos, obviously. So I keep up to date. But in terms of, like, I don't know. I have other shows I want to watch, other movies.
See, I don't.
Like, I have books I want to read. Like, I mean...
Well, you can't even... this isn't even half
those.
of my shelf. But yeah.
I have to read those, yeah. So, you know, I have stuff to do. My Goodreads goal isn't going to reach itself.
There's no shows I like right now. YouTube, I have like 2 YouTubers I'm watching. Like, I'm really like in a low spot when it comes to like those kind of things. Yeah. But anyways.
Well, I've been watching, Michaela and I are watching Wednesday together because I never watched season 1. So I'm watching the first season with Michaela right now.
Mm-hmm. And good show. That's a good.
My dad and I are watching Dexter Resurrection, but that's only once a week because it's so good. By the way, if you are if anyone here watched Dexter Resurrection and all the original Dexter, it's phenomenal. But that's about to end because the last episode is this Thursday/Friday. Mm-hmm. And then my mother and I were watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares and Hoarders the other day.
I just realized the next part of Wednesday's coming out soon. It's September. Season 2.
Soon for sure, yeah.
Anyways, I think my problem is I'm a binger. So anything I'm gonna do, it has to... I usually binge it, so I'm done within like 4 hours.
I'm actually doing fairly well not binging this summer. I'm watching the new... I like Big Brother, but I really only watch until the pre-jury stage ends. Like, I'm not good at sticking with the seasons. And I've been really good at sticking with this season. I'm actively up to date, and I'm watching the episode the day after it's released. I've been really consistent with that. So I've been like... And Big Brother comes out 3 to 4 times a week. So I have that once a week and everything as well. Oh, and Australian Survivor is doing it versus the world. So I'm watching I'm watching Australian Survivor 3 times a week. Because they're doing an Australian Survivor versus the world. I am behind though, because I have to wait until they get uploaded illegally in America for me to watch.
She always has to bring up Survivor. Always.
Anyway, should we get into free practice? Jamie left me. Should we get into free practice?
Sorry, my MacBook's about to die. I needed to go grab my charger across my bed. Anyways, so free practices were kind of crazy, especially on Saturday was the most boring day of the week. Friday was a lot more chaotic. I didn't watch free practice 1 live, but everything else except quali I watched live. So free practice 1, whatever. They started out with a virtual safety car, just to test if the virtual safety car thing works. And I guess,
that's all.
Yeah. So nothing happened then. I have a little note going.
Many people crash.
Yeah. I have a little note going. Might be my second favorite track. The banking is really cool.
I do enjoy it.
I am actually really sad that this is leaving next year.
I do think it's kind of poetic, though, that it started and ended with Max.
I know.
Driving as 33.
But also, it's such a good track.
What track's replacing it? I
don't know, because they haven't set out the 2027 schedule, so.
Have they not? I could have sworn they did. Keep talking.
I don't think they have which one. Okay, whatever. Oh, look, it's your favorite driver in the background. Anyways. Oh, and then it's Charles. So Lewis had an impressive spin save. So Lewis has had a weekend. He has not been having the greatest weekend of his life. So he spins.
Oh, you mean they haven't released 2027?
I said 2027.
I misunderstood. Yes, they have not released that one. I was looking at it and I'm like, yeah, 2026 has been out. What is she talking about? But no, you meant 2027. My bad.
I was like, what are you talking? Whatever. Yeah,
I'm tired and delusional.
Lewis spins, but luckily he's able to save it. Like, nothing bad comes from the spin. But he's just not been having a good weekend, at all.
Has Lewis been having a good time at Ferrari?
No.
No.
Kimi then, I thought he went into the wall, but he stops before the wall, due to some understeer in, it wasn't turn 3 because there was a lot of gravel, so I don't know what turn it was, but then he, beaches himself, and so there's a little,
Liam Lawson is in the background.
There's a little,
I thought of the song.
There's a little red flag moment there because they got to take the car out. Kimi can't restart for practice, so that's his practice done. And it was pretty early on too. There was a lot of, I think this is a trend throughout the entire weekend, there was a lot of wind. But that's a common thing.
Some of the cars going like,
yeah,
whoosh.
There was a lot of wind. Yeah. I don't know why I wrote that. Some things I don't understand why I write them.
What did you write? I can't see.
Well, so this was a moment, I remember this. It was a moment where it was Lando's engineer was telling Lando, what turn is it? Turn 2 was telling Lando what Oscar's been doing in turn 2. Or how, like, Oscar has been different from last year. So Oscar was a little further left by, like, a whole car length compared to last year with turn 2. And so, like,
intriguing.
Obviously, Lando's engineer was like, this is what Oscar's been doing, just so you know.
I mean, I get it. I think you should inform them. It's like, if they found this secret trick to make the track better, you take it.
Yeah. Another unique McLaren thing, because when is there not another unique McLaren thing when it comes to practices that get told? So, unlike most of the teams, like, I think you even probably have noticed this, most of the teams, when they get an upgrade, they just put it on and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Whereas McLaren, they'll put it on for a practice, see how it goes, maybe put it on for another practice in a different race, see how it goes. They take their time to put on an upgrade, which is, obviously it could be because they just have a fast car now, so why screw with something good? But, like, they've done this in the past too, where they just kind of, they take their little bits of time. Like, I don't know if we've...
Well, they have time because they have a 200-point lead.
What? But I said, they do this in the past. This isn't just a this year thing. This is just something they do. That's different. But that always happens. There's always a McLaren fun fact where McLaren's special.
I'm McLaren and I have 2 fast drivers.
Oh, you see someone's pissy over there.
Much better.
Anyways, the practice ends with this is funny. So, you know, at the end of practices, they all do a practice start.
Yeah.
And Max on the practice start decides he's gonna see how late he can brake. He's just gonna test it out and see how far he can push it. And so he goes straight into the gravel on turn 1 and beaches the car.
Like, did he announce that on the radio? Like,
it was just kind of obvious from knowing Max that he's totally just testing the waters. And then afterwards, I don't know if you've seen the clips, he's like brushing off the gravel on the car, checking it. I'm like, that's such a Max thing to do. He's like, well, might as well test it out. And like, he didn't hit the wall or anything, he just beaches it, but yep. Max doing Max things at the end of free practice 1.
Yeah.
Free practice 2 had some slight rain sprinkles. Kind of like the race. Slight rain sprinkles.
There was no rain.
Yes, there was! You can literally see the clip of Zach pulling out his arm and see the rain coming down. There was sprinkles.
I know there was some rain, but it didn't feel like a rain race.
It's not a rain race. No one's gonna call it a rain race. It was sprinkles.
Because it wasn't. I wanted a rain race, and I got a sprinkler. Not even a good one.
Isaac had yet to go out on track after like 10 minutes. Everyone else had gone out, but Isaac's still over there.
Listen, that man knew what he was doing clearly with his podium.
Yeah. Well, lots of teams were like speed running practice because of the rain, so they were all out there. They were all trying to get times and stuff.
God.
And then Lance with his massive crash in turn 3, the infamous turn 3 that is causing problems everywhere.
For everybody.
We've had Oscar in the past, obviously Daniel in the past. Yeah. And then there was, the Ferraris in the race. But
shots of Charles were so funny.
I love those.
They were so funny.
Well, it's because they couldn't go back to the paddock because they had to go on the inside of the track, so they had to wait there till the race ended. It's literally because I feel like
adding insult to injury. Your shame is going to be broadcasted for like hours on end.
But anyways, obviously Lance crashes. And then the red flag is out. Isaac goes out and immediately loses power. So, like, Isaac was having mechanical problems.
That's probably why he waited to go out then.
Yeah. And so, immediately loses power. Another red flag comes out because they gotta get Isaac's car out of the way.
Yeah, let's get him off the track.
And this is when I found out, we were talking about this yesterday, when I found out, so most teams switch power units in Monza. Just because it's just a common thing. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
But Lance, I know for this one, so in his crash, if he had, like, broken his power unit, he would either have to use an old one or take a penalty because he's used too many. Whereas, like, Isaac, with his power problems and having no power, would be fine. He can use a spare one. Hamilton spins again. Common trend.
I think bad for him. I think it's probably the most he's ever spun in his life in F1. Like, truly.
Yeah. Alex does what Kimmy does and almost goes into the wall and beaches himself. And then we have the Oscar running into George in the pit lane moment, which... And obviously nothing was going to come from it because Oscar was trying not to hit an actual person.
Yeah,
like, he was trying to avoid hitting, like, one of his mechanics.
Why our favorites were magnets in that moment? I will never know. I was talking to Jamie about this. I texted her this. This is just kind of a side tangent. Her favorite drivers are all dorks, and I like all the mean drivers. And I think the internet needs to know this.
Well, because,
my favorite drivers are George, Charles, and Lando. And those three are all just massive memes.
Yeah.
And if you look at Jamie has Oscar, who's like
the dork. The dork.
Like,
I would call Isaac a dork.
Is it Lando or Isaac right now? Who's your second favorite?
I think it would probably be Isaac. I think I learned after the race.
Who walks around doing like anime hands.
I also Alex is really far up there, too.
Okay, Alex, too, is a massive dork. He just also happens to be on the internet. So, like,
Yeah. So there's just a trend.
A trend.
A trend. But anyways, free practice 3, which I was up at 4:30 a.m. for. Don't worry,
I was comfortably laying in my bed, fast asleep.
Don't worry, I had work. I was already supposed to be up at 5:30 a.m. and an extra hour was fine. Not much happened. Lando and Oscar. Lando and Oscar. We're going back and forth. I know. We're going back with their fastest times. There was a lot of traffic. There was theories that everyone else was going to do a 1-stop, but McLaren and Aston Martin could have done a 2-stop because they had an extra set of softs.
Intriguing.
And then Fernando goes to pit and gets in George's way. So George once again...
Blocking George. I hate weekend.
George.
Why?
The amount of times people hit George this weekend was so funny.
I think George got hit in almost every round of everything.
I think the only one he didn't was quali.
Whatever. I'm
but
not bitter.
Honda quali, which I didn't watch live. Olivia was texting me while I was at work.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it, honestly. It was fairly boring.
I think I have less notes here than free practice 1. Not much happened. Not much happened.
Yeah. I was up, I watched, I got up out of bed, I set my alarm 10 minutes before the quali started, and I watched it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Q1, very windy. Lance was into the wall on turn 13 by spinning.
Yes. I remember that.
He was able...
I think I texted you, Lance went wee, or something like that.
He was able to keep going and get back to the pits, but then after that, he's out. He didn't go back out for a time again. Ferrari was struggling a little bit, and that's all that happened in Q1. The people who were out...
I don't remember.
It was Stroll... I'm going from 20th and up. So, Stroll, Behrman, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Colapinto. Typical kind of group.
Okay.
Usually has 1 in Q2, but this wasn't their moment.
I bet on Ollie being the better qualifier this week, and then he wasn't, and I was so mad.
I think I did too.
I vividly remember that one. I'm like, dang it, my prediction.
I think I did too. By the way, my predictions were...
Look, I think if you were guessing, you'd have a higher percentage than what Jamie had. It was so bad.
I was using practice, and then practices went all up in the air. Oh my god, it was so bad.
I thought I did worse than I did, because I kind of got lucky during a few of the race things for, like, certain things to happen. But I was so mad after quali for everything. You have no idea.
Well, all I'm saying is I already beat you guys for, like, our fantasy teams, but I would have destroyed y'all if Kimmy didn't run into Charles. I would have been on top.
Kimmy's fantasy team this weekend did amazing.
Amazing.
I think I could have beaten you had Lando not DNF.
Potentially, because McLaren went down.
McLaren as one of my constructors.
Yeah.
And they usually give me like 90 points, and I was only 50 behind you. But like the Charles thing also comes into play there. But my team of drivers itself did really good.
Well, you would have done better, because also then Isaac wouldn't have gotten on the podium, and that wouldn't have brought him up for me.
DNF by Lando really screwed me over.
Yeah.
Isaac still would have gotten crazy points though.
Oh so, yeah, he still had a bunch, but it like really elevated too. But anyways, Q2, there was a fox on the road. Charles saw a fox.
I was like, a fox, and you're like, a fox?
Charles,
really cute.
it just scampered across, and it didn't
Yeah.
stay there long. There was a lot of cars running wide and scraping the bottom. I was really trying to get notes here, as you can see.
I mean, the real highlight of Q2 was the fun.
Or Lando was in Max's blind spot and scared the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, I texted you that too.
Yeah, so that happened too.
That was like, I texted you and like, Max is angry at Lando, but that's a blind spot, and Lando did get out of the way.
Lando
so
was
nothing like they're gonna do. About
Lando
it.
wasn't on the
but
racing line.
Was my real highlight of all of qualifying.
So Q3, this was just something the commentator said, but Isaac is actually the 8th best qualifier throughout the season. Out of everyone on the grid. 8th best.
Who is it? Lando, Oscar, George, Charles, Max.
Probably Lewis still too.
Yeah, I guess.
1, 2. Wait, we were up to 5 there?
I think that's the top 6.
No, 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who could be the 7th? I don't know who
Pierre
could be the 7th.
qualifies well, but not well enough to be
No. I don't know who it could be.
He's consistently in Q3. Kimmy's missed out quite a bit recently, so I wouldn't think it would be him. Alex, maybe?
But Alex has also missed out. It probably is Alex.
Reliability issues.
It's probably probably Alex still. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That would be my guess, but I'm not sure.
I forgot to say who was out in Q2, but I'm missing one of the people, so whatever. So Lando gets the lap record, and then Oscar immediately takes it away by 0.012 seconds. That's crazy. Which I'm gonna wait to say this later. I'm gonna wait. I won't forget, hopefully. If I do, sorry to everyone.
Say it now. Just say it.
I'm kind of glad with everything that happened that Oscar did get pole, because if Lando did get pole and then had mechanical issues, everything that is already happening on the internet would have been intensified by 10.
Oh, yeah.
By 10.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been so...
hatred of Oscar would have been amplified by 2,000.
It would have been so much worse than it already is.
Yeah. I live with one of Oscar's biggest haters, by the way, which is why I bring it up. My dad's least favorite driver is Oscar. Like, he hates him. Other than maybe Lance. He doesn't like Max either, but he found out yesterday that he was rooting for Max over Oscar, so he prefers Max. And it was a big moment for him.
Your dad has some interesting takes. Interesting.
He hates him. And I think it's really funny, because I'll just text Jamie whatever he says, and Jamie's there like, this is why I prefer your mother.
I did say that.
Yeah, it was really funny. I think his response was, and that's why I prefer Annika.
That's so funny.
You back, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember.
That's so funny. So McLaren's obviously go out for another lap, but they don't improve at all. So, like, Oscar's on pole, unless, like, someone else, but no one else got it. But then Isaac goes into 4th, which is the biggest thing.
George was there, and I was just there like, no. This isn't allowed. Huh?
Like, well, I will say, Isaac probably has a new engine. So, because we know from the mechanical issues, he probably does have a new engine. But, still an amazing thing to happen. I was so excited.
I'm thrilled for him. However, at the expense of George, I was less thrilled. I sat there being like, dang it, 3 of Jamie's top 5 drivers are in the top 5. Yeah. I'm not happy about this. I guess technically 2, but still.
What, I don't know. No. It's actually 4 of my top 5. Because it's Oscar, Isaac, Lando, Alex, Max.
When did Max move back up for you?
Because I got reminded of how great Max is. Just, yeah. I don't...
Okay.
Max is always, like, he's what got me into the sport. It's just kind of that, like, he's gonna come back, obvious. Like, he's always gonna be up there. But the race. I know you really like Miami Sprint, but I just rewatched Miami Sprint, and that was way more boring than what happened in this race. Way more boring.
This race was good.
This one was good. I enjoyed. I was on my toes, and so
the thing is I didn't enjoy it until the back half of the race.
Really?
When everything started happening.
What?
As soon as we had the like Charles, Kimmy, George stuff, I was in it. But until then, I'm like, there's no passing really. Like after the first or second lap, we had that really nice Lando overtake,
There were so many things happening. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways,
sorry.
There was something I was gonna say before you started saying how bad it was. I
didn't say bad. I said kind of boring. The back half is really good.
So both of us just got F1 TV Premium. Which is mainly more of a me wanting thing, and us sharing it means it's less expensive than Pro. But so, as you can see my lovely TV in the background that are playing highlights, I had the main race up on my TV. And then I had my MacBook beside me, which had Oscar's radio and his, like, onboard. So I was listening to both the main one and whatever Oscar's engineer was saying to him. And then I had the track map and then Isaac's on board. Yeah.
This was a Jamie investment.
This was a Jamie Wani. Yeah. I wanted it because it
only cost me $6 instead of $10, so like I'm content.
Yeah, and it'll go back up to then $8, but which again still less than 10.
Cheaper than 10.
But it's mainly that track map was really, really the kicker for me. I loved seeing where everyone was on the track.
Nerd.
Whatever. So
I can't be one to talk.
Literally.
Yeah.
We don't even want to get you started on Survivor.
You're interested in me recapping episodes on our TikTok or I'm kidding mostly.
She would do it as soon as someone says yes, please.
Literally, I need one person to say something and I'm in.
And Kai, if you're watching, it better not be you.
Kai doesn't count. It has to be some rando.
Anyways, I think the race start was actually pretty exciting.
The race start was fun. I agree on that.
So, Oscar obviously immediately goes to cut off Lando. Like, he zooms across that track. Which kind of opens...
that was Oscar's sole focus, and it almost screwed him over, too. Like, I think I texted Jamie that. I'm like, you can tell, because Max almost got ahead of him both.
Yeah. So, Max, he's on softs, so obviously he's able to get a quicker start and, like, be able to go faster. So, he's able to pass Lando. He almost gets... Oh my god. He almost gets Oscar, but then he loses rear grip, falls back a little bit. He saves himself there. He could have fallen way further back than what he did. But he still ends up in front of Lando. The more impressive thing was Alex was up 5 spots by turn 3. Bro!
There's a video F1 posted on Twitter. And it was just Alex's lap one. And it was so cool, because I just watched him go.
He just was right up there until he was right behind Carlos.
So smooth. I'm like, wow. This
That
is
was
impressive. Good job, Alex. Okay, this is a later conversation. But justice for Carlos this weekend.
Yeah. Charles passes George on that first beginning part. This is like what Olivia immediately texts me. That's all she cares about.
When did I text you? I'm going back in. That's what I'm going on my phone.
She's immediately going, "Oh no, George!" Immediately.
I have priorities, okay?
But and then I immediately, in return to that, go, "Charles, stay away from Isaac." I'm like, Charles, no, because Charles.
Girl, we text too much.
Charles is a very, like, he'll go for anything, as we learned. And Isaac's a rookie, so I was like, don't hurt Isaac, please. Let him stay in fourth. Because I was rooting for him to get on the podium, which that was not the way I wanted him to get on the podium.
I was rooting for both McLarens to crash so I could have an Isaac Max podium. That was my first take. Oh, damn, Charles in front of George.
Yeah.
Those are my main pets.
On the first lap also, Gabby and Lance hit each other, so I think both of their front wings get damaged, but at least...
Yeah, and then Gabe's
falls off.
Thingy was like on the track for a while.
Yes. And so Franco was able to pass Pierre, but he did have softs on. Yeah. So like that could be the reason, because immediately they switch again like a couple laps later. I didn't write it down when it happens, but Stroll had to pit pretty early due to...
Worked out well for him.
Yeah.
For the record.
It did. It really did. There was a lot of moments where people just did nothing and were just rising.
They were pulling the George Russell.
Like, we had so many, like, insane point finishers. Like, it was crazy.
I predicted that somebody would pass more than 4.5 people, and I was right on so many occasions, so I was really happy. Jamie did not guess this one right. This is one of her many, many wrong predictions.
Yeah. Little droplets of rain had started. Didn't really do much. They stayed on softs or stuff. The first other than Lance to pit were Alonso, Yuki, Hulkenberg, and Colapinto all pitted on like lap 20. I think not all of them were on softs. I don't know why Alonso did, because I think he was on like mediums or something.
I think they were potentially going for the undercut.
They could have been going for the 2-stop then. That probably was it.
Yeah. Because we talked about that earlier, because that's what they saved a tire in practice. They were probably just planning to go for the 2-stop.
Then Charles pits lap 23, and as soon as he pits, Lewis goes into the barrier on turn 3. And he was...
Ferrari's got a Ferrari.
He was so close to not hitting the barrier because he clipped it right at the end of that turn, and I
am honestly so devastated for Lewis, but at the same time, I'm kind of sitting here like karma for leaving Mercedes. Just a bit. Yeah. I'm a Mercedes fan.
But
it's like, come on.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been getting progressively less skilled in the sport.
Yeah.
Like, it's Lewis Hamilton. He is one of, if not the greatest of all time. I think anyone who doesn't think that 100%. Is incorrect.
Yeah.
Blatantly. But, like, he was consistently outqualified by George last year, and outrageous. So it's like...
Yeah.
I'm not surprised Charles is beating him.
Oh, and obviously...
I'm sad for him.
Obviously, he's been in Ferrari longer, though, so he does know the car and the team better, even though he yells at the team so much. That's, like, another thing in it itself.
He hates them.
So, since since Lewis crashes, we get a safety car, obviously. Everyone pits.
Free pit.
Everyone is their free pit. It was perfect timing for most of them. They all were kind of like on that edge. So safety car ends.
This was after Lando's really nice overtake on Max, right?
Yes, and I forgot. I thought I wrote it down.
Lando had a beautiful overtake on Max.
That was a really good overtake.
The car is faster. He overtook where he said he wanted to overtake on the race, like before it even started. Lap 1, anyway. It's not that.
Or turn 1.
Important since Lando does end up DNFing, but it was a really pretty overtake.
It was a good overtake.
I feel the need to mention it.
It's not as good as my favorite overtake.
As my note.
Not as good as my favorite overtake of the weekend, but it was a good one.
It was not my favorite overtake of the race, but I just wanted to make sure we mentioned it. It was rather nice.
Safety car ends on lap 26, which, fun fact, I've now learned that I get so stressed because of Silverstone whenever Oscar restarts a race. That's stressful now. It was he did fine all 3 times that he had to restart the race. No, 4 times. I think it was 4. Lewis, Charles, the virtual safety car. Yeah, it was 4 times. Anyways.
Oh, we missed some stuff before him that I texted about. Before the safety car. I'm looking back at our messages.
Is it stuff I cared about?
I mentioned something about Kimi moving up, and he was against Yuki, and I suddenly became Yuki's biggest hater, even though I wanted
But he only moved up a place with Yuki because Yuki pitted.
Yeah, but that was something I mentioned because there was a battle. They were talking about how the track was cooling.
Well, there's Kimi and Yuki right there.
I was hopeful it would be better for Mercedes than it was. And then we were talking about that. I'm just trying to go in. Lewis. Okay, continue.
See you. Okay, it was something that I was like, oh, this is pointless to talk about. Anyways, I see what's happening on your end.
Not coming. I have to sneeze. I lost it.
But so George is now in front in 5th because Charles pitted, but George got a free pit, so Charles got effed over because of Lewis, his own teammate. George tries to overtake Isaac on the first corner on the inside. Does not work out for him. Isaac defends pretty well and is able to keep going. But the more important thing is Carlos and Liam hit each other.
I texted you. What happened?
Yeah.
Showed the crash actually. I'm like, they were like 7th and 8th or something, and suddenly they're like dead last.
They're dead last. They're really.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed it, and I'm sorry, Liam doesn't look where he's going when he turns.
No. You want to know what happened? No, Liam looked. I saw Liam's head turn to the left where Carlos. Yes, Liam had to have saw Carlos. I don't think it was like fully intentional, but Liam had to have seen Carlos right there.
Liam had space. I feel like he had enough space to have let Carlos casually drive on past. It looked like it. Now, am I an F1 driver? No. But do I think this is Carlos's fault?
No!
At all? No. Because I think Liam just races where he wants to race, and it's like, screw whoever's next to me, I'm just going to keep going. So you know what? I don't think Carlos should have got a 10-second penalty, and I don't think the stewards should have showed up and chatted with him after the race when he said he wanted to chat with them.
Well, it's like, also, Williams didn't do anything to try to fight it either, and it's like, guys, that was clearly not Carlos's fault.
I feel like Carlos has had some of the worst luck. Like, people talk about Ferrari having bad luck. People talk about Lando having bad luck this season. I genuinely think Carlos might be having one of the most unlucky seasons ever.
Literally.
Between the reliability getting hit by, he even said it in the race, he's like, I always get hit by this person. Like, he's always hit by either Liam or Yuki, and then he's always thrown in the back after having a decent time. And it's like, what did Carlos do to deserve these?
I don't think it's never been a him problem. It's always been either people hitting him or mechanical issues. Like, it's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I feel so bad for him. Like, 10 seconds, it was not his fault. Like, Liam, to me, it looked like Liam, like, moved over. I don't know.
The stewards should have at bare minimum talked to Carlos.
Literally. That's like the whole point of the stewards.
Why did they send us out? Because they know they got it wrong.
Literally. The whole point of the stewards is to be a governing body. Govern.
We love the FIA. Yay.
Anyways, there's a virtual safety car because they needed to grab something off the main straight. And that's when we find out about the Carlos penalty, too. And then the best thing of the weekend happens.
Okay.
The best thing.
I can recognize that what Charles pulled off there was beautiful.
That was gorgeous.
An amazing move. I'm sorry. I love you, George, but
it was so good.
Jamie, I'm like, I love George, but that car looked like it was on track.
I literally have Charles with an amazing risky overtake and like the star eyes emoji. It was so good. That's the kind of overtakes I like. Like, yeah, I know they did hit each other.
The track mostly in the gravel, just like whoosh. It was great. And then my dad was next to me. He's been watching these with me when the actual race is on. He doesn't care about anything else. And he was like, the one thing I dislike about Charles is that he's French. And then I had to go, no, he's not French. Dad. He's like, it's the same thing. Charles would correct him. If he said that about Arthur would be like, oh yeah, I'm French. Charles, on the other hand. It was a very, very good
overtake. It was so good. But he passes George with one wheel on the road, and then they rub wheels, which causes George damage. It does cause George. I don't think it ever caused Charles damage. I think Charles was fine.
So either. But we'll never know, because a little chaos monger got vengeance.
I thought that happened a completely different way than, like, that's how I remembered it, but then when I would rewatch to take notes, Kimmy overtakes Alex at a similar time that this whole thing is happening with George. Yeah. So now George and Kimmy are right beside each other. Mercedes allows Kimmy to go ahead of George. Which it was so weird seeing that because George looked like he was almost stopped as Kimmy just keeps going. And I was like, okay.
But Kimmy was racing very well. And his car didn't have damage. So, like, it made sense for Mercedes to make that call. Yeah. Oh, at this point, my mother walks into the room, because this is in my text as well. Right around this time, she watches the really nice overtake and goes, "Is this what Luigi from Cars was into?" And I go, "Yes." And she's like, "Yeah." And my dad went, "Yeah, he roots for Ferrari." Said like that. And he says, and walks away.
That's so funny.
that was my mother's interaction with F1.
You'll have to go more off of our notes because now I'm at the point where I just kind of skipped ahead to
you're fine.
Do things. So then Kimmy pits on lap 52. He is the first one to do like a second pit stop. Then Ferrari decides to cover off Kimmy on 53, so they pit also. Charles is coming out of the pits, and he's coming out ahead of Kimmy. And Kimmy barrel runs right into him.
I am convinced that Kimmy is on a hit for any driver who dared salt or touch the dear George Russell. Because if you think about it, Max earlier this season purposely drives into George. And what does Kimmy do the next race? As soon as he can? It's lap one of the next race. And then Charles slightly taps George trying to overtake this race. And what does Kimmy do? The second he's a
because of how Kimmy hit Charles and making him spin, I was so scared seeing him spin.
Plus, didn't he end up back on track? So
yes.
I think somebody else
was Liam.
And they were blind to it.
Liam
he was like completely
drove
blind
past.
to it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, thank you guys so much for the warning, because I would have hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that is terrifying to be like trapped there.
Because it's turn 3. So when they do turn 3, they take the outside line. So Liam was meant to go where Charles was, but he got told, luckily, what had happened. This is when my dad walks into my bedroom. And so my dad's like, what's happening? And I'm like, a rookie just rammed into the driver. That's how I describe it to him. And so they're doing the replays and stuff. And my dad watches NASCAR and, like, Indian stuff. And, like, with those ones, you're allowed to, like, repair the car and go back out on track. Because, you know, it's 200 laps. And so my dad's like, oh, that's damage is nothing. They can get him back out there. And I'm like, Dad, no, they take the car away. You can't. Like, that's not how it works here, Dad. No.
You're wrong.
And then now it goes into the millions of shots of Charles sitting on the hill.
Oh, there also was a point where the FIA mismarked who was, and they put the penalty that was Kimmy's, which Kimmy did deserve a penalty.
Yes,
there.
yeah.
So like, that's fine. I'm not going to argue that one. They got that call right. However,
they said it was George.
Which is not George.
Which is the second time something like that has happened this weekend. Because when it was Oscar and George in the pits, they said it was Lando. Even though it was literally on the radio, George goes Piastri. Like, guys, even I was like, oh, was that Lando or Oscar? I had gone back and slowed it down and was like, what does that helmet look like? Oh, it's Oscar.
My dad is angrily muttering in Ferrari fan noises because little does he know, he picked probably the hardest team to root for in all of F1 when he picked his team. When picking my team, when I chose to become an F1 fan, had no interest in Ferrari, honestly. I immediately saw George and went, you are my George and Toto. I was like, yes, my team, Mercedes, obviously. But my dad just likes Ferrari cars. I think he's considering switching to Audi the second they are here. I don't think he wants to live this life anymore.
Really? Audi, not Cadillac?
Oh, he does not like Cadillacs.
Well, I just thought
what cars
American.
And he likes Audis and he likes Ferraris. So he's picking what car he likes to root for instead of the actual team. But he keeps getting very angry that the Ferraris aren't performing well, and I'm like, I warned you.
Yeah, that's a choice. Yeah. But yeah, so Kimmy gets a 10-second for Charles. But then we find out he actually sped through the pit lane too, and he gets another 5 seconds on top of that.
Kimmy! I love Kimmy. Like, I adore this little kid. Kimmy.
Kimmy, what are you doing? I think I literally...
At this point, my dad starts spewing Oscar hate. Again. Because Oscar was in front. And
Oscar does nothing.
Started coming up with conspiracy theories about why the McLaren was so good, and he landed on the fact that it's the all-in-all fuel from Cars 2 that are making the other car. I texted Jamie about this. Some of my dad's coming up with theories about why the engine or something for McLaren is so good. And then Lando ends later in the race, and he goes, "I'm sabotaging Lando's car 2. It's all Oscar."
Oh, so your dad's like everyone on the internet right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
he doesn't even know the internet is saying this stuff. He's coming up with this hate on his own.
Come to find out, he started the rumors.
Imagine. There's like 20 different hate accounts. Oscar Piastri hate.
No, I remember this. You text me being like, yeah, my dad thinks McLaren's sabotaging everyone else's fuel. And I go, this isn't Cars 2, before she even brings up all in all. Like...
No, he directly said he's fueling them with all in all. I know it. I'm like, okay, Dad. Okay.
I was just like,
I
no.
keep telling him, I'm like, they're probably doing something close to shady or illegal.
Oh,
All of the
100%.
teams probably
Oh,
are.
100%.
However, McLaren gets checked like every other weekend. If there was something like blatantly illegal, I'm sure it would have been caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They 100% are teetering the edge, though.
Yeah, but I would argue every team is.
Oh,
and that includes Alpine, who can't make a car to save their life. Like, come on.
But, lap 65. I don't know if there's anything that happens between lap 53 and 60. I don't think so. No. Wait, no. No.
Oh, this is one my dad also quotes. I hate Piastri. He's my least favorite driver. I hate Max, and even I want him to beat him.
And I was actively...
And then my dad goes, McLaren is all car, no drive. A monkey could drive that car. Again, referring to Oscar. And Lando. He's hating on them both, but he likes Lando. So it's almost always in reference to Oscar.
Yeah. And your dad has wild takes. Cause
I tried to tell my dad Oscar wanted F3, F2, and everything, and he was like, no.
He's not a good driver. Yeah, he has the best car on the grid, and that's helping him for sure.
Responding, raging, and I go, I'm just sharing the hate speech being spewed in my house. And Jamie goes, New Englanders, eye roll. And then my dad goes, wow, I never thought I'd be for Max Verstappen. And that's when they start the Charles shots. Because Jamie just types in all caps, Charles laughing face. And he's just sitting on the hill.
It was so funny. I feel so bad to laugh at his misery, but it was so funny. I was cackling at the Charles shots.
It was so funny. And it was even funnier when it got paired with Lando later and them both just sitting there depressed. I loved it.
Well, my favorite thing...
I need more depression shots. Keep them outside on the track every race. This brought me life. Like, please let this continue.
I think my favorite thing was us finding out Charles somehow got a phone. We don't know if he got brought his phone or he took a Marshall's phone. He got a phone and was watching the race. He was watching the race, and you can see him trying to listen into what's happening.
I love it. The thing is, he's right there, Charles. Just
yeah, but he has to see where they are everywhere. Because that was at the moment of Lando's, mechanical failure.
Oh, yeah,
so he probably didn't know what was going on. He's like, why is there a safety car? Guys, why is there a safety car? But...
And then, right around this time, I go, uh-oh. And Jamie goes, wait, no. And I go, what's wrong with the car? And Jamie goes, wait, no, wait. And I go, this could be disaster for the driver.
My reaction was funny.
But what do we want? Yeah, this is the, and then Jamie goes, no, I don't know what to think right now. I'm a McLaren fan, and I wanted that one too. But Isaac Podium. And I go, Isaac Podium, that sucks. I feel so bad. I'm devastated for him. And then you go, I am too. Crying face. Lando. Hi, Charles.
Yeah.
Live reaction. Exact quote from all.
But the worst thing...
It honestly is devastating for the Drivers' Championship. Because unless Oscar has a race where he doesn't finish in points, or he doesn't finish at all, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Lando now to catch him because of how elite Oscar is driving and how good their car is. Because even if Oscar performs perfectly, it's a hard lead to catch at this point.
Yeah. Without
another piece of intervention. And the fact that it wasn't, if he had crashed, I'm like, oh, that sucks, but at least it's his own fault.
Yeah.
Partially. The fact that it was engine failure, that could potentially decide the Drivers' Championship is just devastating. And also devastating for me as a fan. I want it to go down to the last race.
I did too!
Come on! Where's my entertainment value?
I was sitting there in my bed with, slightly watery eyes too, because I was that was my face for the whole rest of the race, because I was just like, what do I do? What do I think about this?
The Oscar hate got a little bit worse too. My dad goes, Piastri's not even earning it. Like,
Yeah, why is he agreeing with everyone on the internet?
Oscar of sabotaging.
Why is he with everyone on the internet?
He is not on F1 anything. He listens to us to support me, and that's it. Like, he'll watch the races because I enjoy it, and he wants to hang out with me because I'm his daughter. And then he'll watch the podcast to support me because I'm his daughter. And that's it.
You want to
single-handedly just become Oscar's internet troll.
I have an other section in my notes because it's like extra things to talk to. And it's literally McLaren sabotaging Lando and Oscar's championship will be given and not earned. And those are the two things your dad is.
I do think that Oscar will... Here, I'll just reference this both now. I don't think McLaren is sabotaging Lando at all. Because
that's ridiculous.
That makes no sense for them to do. And
ridiculous.
I don't think they're sabotaging either driver. I think they have rules of whoever's in front gets priority, and I think that's fair. Because you earned that spot.
Yeah.
As for the Oscar being handed it, I also don't think that's true. But I also think the engine failure, if Lando starts doing great, and it does come down to this, and he has more wins during the season, I could see that agenda being played more, but I still don't think it would have been handed to him either. He's had an amazing season.
Obviously, those are very similar.
My thoughts.
I'm raging every time I open up TikTok. I am raging every time I open up TikTok. It's bad. I couldn't imagine if I was on F1 Twitter because apparently it's worse. Like, I couldn't do it.
From that side of Twitter, I don't care.
I couldn't do it.
I can avoid what I don't want to see.
But it's just like, oh my god, I was sitting there after Lando's mechanical failure, just being like, what?
You've been texting me. You're like, Oscar's gonna get so much hate with this.
I did text that.
Voice recording. I deleted it.
But
on my phone, I was sending you like a giant 20-minute voice recording of whatever this conversation is on my end only.
Mm-hmm.
I figure you don't want that.
But it's like, I'm a McLaren fan. Yes, I'm an Oscar fan, and I was rooting for Oscar in the championship, obviously. I wanted him to win. But, like, seeing Lando have that mechanical failure, like, I'm not rooting for Lando's downfall either.
Yeah. Because
I am a McLaren fan, but it's just like, I wanted it to be a constant back and forth battle, like it has been. And now Lando has to do so much catching up, and it's just like, I didn't want it to happen like that. Like, and then it's like Isaac's
out because of something he did. The fact that it's mechanical failure, that's where it becomes like, and it's like he did. I'd be like, that sucks. I'm sad for him, but it's like it's your own fault.
Mm-hmm.
But he has. There's nothing he can do about that.
Like the DNF in Canada.
Oh my god! Look what's playing right now. Did you see that?
Yeah, the DNF in Canada. That was like Lando's fault. Like I wasn't distraught over that. Whereas like this, I'm distraught over. Like I don't, and it's like.
Oh. And then it was so funny because he was on the same hill though as Charles, so them both just sitting there like
depressed, very depressed.
Yeah, it was really funny. And then I go, hold up, George can get P3 still because
that was I ignored that comment when you sent that. I'm like, eye roll of the century, ignored it, but like. I wanted Isaac to get his first podium at this race. I was fully rooting for an Isaac P3. I was rooting for Max's downfall, though, not Lando's. Like...
Well, I wanted Max to podium because I wanted Max to podium at home. I feel like I really enjoy when drivers do well in their home race. I want them to do well in their home race. And also... I keep seeing TikToks about how the Netherlands have basically renamed their train stations to be after Max, and I'm like, I'd be so sad for the people of the Netherlands. I can't let down them. you know? Rooting against Max. But I expected Max to get third. So I was like, well, my predictions are already screwed up. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know what to do now. It was a moment.
It was a weekend and everything. Ugh. And because of Lando's mechanical failure, Kimmy wasn't supposed to move down so badly from his penalties.
So far.
And because everyone was so bunched because of safety car, he just dropped.
It's like Kimmy getting points this weekend, I feel like is something he kind of needs after like the terrible stretch he's been on. And I really he was racing really well, except for the Charles thing. Because I can forgive a 5-second speeding in the pit lane. I don't really care. Like, it sucks, but like...
Yeah.
But like, I wanted him to do well for his confidence. I'm hoping he does well next week if we're back in Italy.
Yeah.
I need him to do well. For my sanity. Yeah.
Isaac got podium, though. And seeing the aftermath of all that it made me so happy. One, just seeing...
My favorite moment was when he couldn't find his team.
That was so cute. Like, Zach gives him, like, you know, a handshake and stuff and does a good job. And then he's just like, where? And then he sees them and just bolts. It was so...
Is it a cat or something where it's like that person, like...
Yeah.
Like, you know what meme I'm talking about?
I think I do.
Yeah, and then... He's like, where? And then just bolting. I saw somebody edit that to The Alchemy by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
He just comes right over to me, and it's running over to Racing Balls. It's cute.
Oh, there's him breaking the trophy.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's so funny because
when I knew those trophies were like porcelain and breakable, I was this was during the time that Lando was supposed to be on the podium, and I was like, oh no, not Lando on the podium again. Oh no. Bad things happen when Lando's on the podium.
I barely tapped it. I think
he barely does.
I saw this first, and I went, oh my god, he broke it. And Jamie and I were both like, he barely touched, like, he
barely
it just snapped.
But in the video, his screams were so funny, because oh my god.
It was so funny. He was, like, genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
Fair.
It was so funny. Yeah. But then I loved seeing all of the drivers going up to him and like, literally everyone did. I like that it was so good. And then I think my second favorite thing was when he gets on the podium, where when he walks out, I don't know if you've seen this clip, he turns the wrong way and realizes it has to spin around.
He's such a dork. I stand by this tape. Jamie forgot the word dork exists, and it's the perfect word to describe both of her favorite drivers.
Yeah. Especially with Isaac going, I've always wanted to do this when pressing the firework button.
That's where my word dork, it was the best word to describe it. I'm like, of course Oscar's always wanted to do this. Dork.
Oh my god.
Like, there was no nicer word. Like, I don't think dork's a bad word or anything.
No, I don't.
There's no better word to describe him in that moment. And I would like to start this as, like, a thing, an adjective. Is it adjective? A descriptive word? Yeah.
Don't ask me about grammar. I don't know.
Then a hot second.
You were a writing tutor.
I don't need to know this stuff. I was a writing tutor, but I didn't typically need to throw out, you need an adjective here.
Yeah. But yes, Oscar and Isaac are both very dorky, for sure. And you love the memes.
Okay, but George did walk into, like, through a shot again this weekend. So, I mean, I feel justified in my meme driver.
Yeah.
All it takes is calling tires audacious one time, and I go, you.
You fell in love by audacious.
And then the next week he called them toast, and I was like, oh, yeah, nope, favorite driver. Totally. No other choice.
I also really liked that at the press conference afterwards when Isaac was asked, or when Max was asked initially about having Isaac as a teammate, and Max is just like, don't like him. No. Don't want.
I did see that.
And Max is like, I'm obviously joking. And then Isaac in turn goes, I don't want to be next to him. Like, I don't wanna. Oh, which goes right into one of my other things. How do we feel about Isaac potentially going to Red Bull?
Depends on the car next year.
Yeah. They could have a better car.
The thing is Red Bull is the top team there. And it always will be, because it is that will be the team they will always put the money, the advertising, the better care into, yada, yada, yada. And I think training with Max would actually be very good for Isaac, because Max is just one of the best drivers in the world. I think Isaac is a phenomenal driver, but could learn a lot as a rookie, especially since I think he does have the potential to have that aggressive, fast-paced, but calculated driver style. So in that regard, I think it would be very good for him to move up. The issue is the second Red Bull car is so bad to where it's I worry that would stunt his progress unless they make the car drivable. Whether that be just slapping a new livery on the Racing Bulls car for next year and just giving it to Max and Isaac, sure, do that. But I don't want him in the current second Red Bull seat at all, even though I think he clearly needs to move up. He is ready for it.
Yeah, I think Yuki's done for. I'm just gonna say it. Yuki's gone. Tired. There's no way he's even staying in Racing Bulls. He's off the grid.
He's not good enough. I'm sorry. The fact that Isaac can come in as a rookie and get a podium, and Yuki couldn't do that in the 4 years he was at Racing Bulls. I mean, I love Yuki. I don't think you can keep him.
No.
I think you do keep Liam. I think Liam has enough potential.
I think Liam has another year. Potential. Especially because we've only ever heard talks about one of their junior drivers potentially moving up. So it makes sense to keep everyone or have Yuki be the one that leaves.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he is the best and only choice for that team to drop, because Liam has been doing a lot better. I do think if Liam does not improve next year, you drop him next year at the end of the season. But for right now, it's Yuki that you have to drop.
Isaac and Rookie of the Year, which you know that Rookie of the Year can go to any FIA body, right?
I didn't actually.
Okay, so Rookie of the Year, it's an FIA award. It can go to any body. So F1, F2, F3, Formula E, and then there's some other ones. I can't remember them. But
all right, we're just going to keep it within Formula 1.
Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Year has only ever been won by F2 drivers, F1 drivers, and one F3 driver. It has never gone to anyone else. Because obviously, Charles has won it twice, both in F2 and F1. Oscar has won it twice in F2 and in F1. And I think those were the only two that has gotten doubles. Yuki won it in F2.
Through F1 and just do it between the 5 we have.
Usually the year that, if there's rookies in F1, usually it'll go to the F1 rookies. Yeah. It won't go to F2. So.
I mean, I would say I would probably go Isaac, and depending on how Gabby does, I think he's been having a better season than Kimmy. I would then go Kimmy, Ollie.
I think the thing with Kimmy is he can only get it he's in a better car and he's doing just as good as the other rookies, and I think that's his downfall when it comes to Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he's in a better car doing just as good. I think Kimmy has a lot of potential. And I think he will be in the sport for a long time doing very good things. But, I mean, I think this season has shown Isaac to be the best rookie. Maybe Gabby, if you can get him. If Gabby gets a podium in a Sauber, I mean, come on. I mean,
I think
he's been performing really well in that Sauber.
Another decider
he's a great
could
driver.
be is if Kimi or Isaac get another podium.
That's true.
Or
I think if Isaac gets a second podium in Racing Bull,
or if one of them gets or if one of them gets like a win in a sprint race, that could also be a kicker too, because obviously Kimmy's gotten pole.
Picks it up and starts getting more podiums. I could see him getting it still. I don't think he's out by any means. I think Ollie is a great driver. I think he will be here. I think he has a good future in the sport as well.
I don't think Ollie's going.
But I don't think he's going to get it. I just don't think he's going anywhere. I think he has only up to go, though, from where he's at. I think he's been consistent and just had bad luck with the FIA just hating him.
Literally. Because,
you know.
Obviously, I'm only going to ever reference Oscar because I just only know his stats off the top of my brain. Well, I know Alex got Rookie of the Year when it was those three, but he only had, I don't even think he had a podium. I think he was just highest in the standings. George obviously was in a shit box of a car.
He was in the worst Williams car ever.
And
what did he do?
Lando was also in a bad car. And
McLaren that time was really bad.
And I think why Alex probably got it most of the time, or got it, was because he got promoted from Racing Bulls to Red Bull in the season. So, that's definitely helps his case. But, and then Oscar, I don't know how many I know he at least got one podium in his rookie year, and he got a sprint win in his rookie year. But also, he was, his only challenger was
it Logan? Or did Logan get moved up the year after?
No, it was Logan and... No, was it? Yeah, it was Logan. Logan was a challenger, and... I'm forgetting his name. Whatever.
Good.
Well, he was on the grid last year, but I can't...
Oh, Joe.
Yes, there we go. Those were his competitors, so... Okay. And Oscar was 9th in the championship his rookie year, so... It's also that, whoever's highest. So I think there's potential Kimi might fall, I think, after where he's at. Because he's been stuck in 6th. Yeah, 6th. Because, no, 7th. 7th.
No, he's in 7th.
Yes. Because it goes...
Lewis is ahead of him.
Yeah, it goes Oscar...
And Alex is caught him, right? They're tied.
Oh, yeah, wait... My brain was like Alex is ahead of him, but no, Alex is not ahead of him. I haven't changed the wall yet, so I don't know. But there could be that, but Isaac's now back into 10th.
Yeah. Kimi and Alex are tied at 64 points.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Isaac's now back into 10th place, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I think, in my opinion, I think it should be Isaac. There is potential that it's going to get given to Kimi if Kimi stays above Isaac in the Drivers' Championship, just because he got the most points. But I think just... My
only thing is I feel Gabby has had a really... I don't think he'll get it, but I think he honestly might be the second best rookie this year, just based on the car he's driving and the results he's given in it. I'm also really high on Gabby. I like so that could be part of it, but I think he's just been racing really well.
He's a great driver. He won F3 and F2 consecutively as a rookie. So he's a great driver. So it's not. I would say he's probably second best. Mm-hmm. It's just
Isaac's been having an amazing season.
Yeah, Isaac's been having an amazing season. Kimi's just in a good car. There's just so much of that.
Gabby podiums in a Sauber. How do you not get it? I'm sorry. That's gonna be my argument. Mm-hmm. And he's gotten pretty high.
Yeah. But that was the weekend. That's all I got. All my notes.
What do you want to talk about though? No. Radio and drivers.
Oh, I guess we can do the radios weren't even that.
Oh my god. My favorite was Carlos's when he was like, wait, they're penalizing me? I have to talk to the stewards after this. That was easily my favorite one. Wow, I came prepared for once for the radio messages, and you didn't.
I feel like the radios were lacking. I don't know. Nothing really stood out to me.
Fine. Whatever.
Like, that one's a good one. That one's definitely a good one because he was so flabbergasted.
He was so shocked. I also liked George just laughing at the notion that Mercedes is letting Kimmy pass him.
Yeah. But otherwise, the radio messages were radio messages. I think,
Yeah,
okay,
that's fair.
I think the one that I thought was the funniest was, in qualifying when Oscar didn't know what he qualified as because he didn't get told.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Oscar was like, so which board am I going to? Because he didn't get told he got pole.
Okay.
But that's not really my favorite. I don't know. They were lacking. I needed a bigger Charles crash out. That's what I needed.
It's Kimmy though.
They all love him. He
It's
also goes and
He's a
personally
child.
apologizes to them face to face afterwards. So like
such a
he's
sweetheart.
great. Driver of the day. I might argue Ollie.
He did move up quite a bit.
He went
pit lane, right?
From pit lane to 7th.
Okay.
Which Alex 15th to 5th was also impressive. Like, I think it was good that Isaac got it because, like, he held off Mercedes and Ferrari in a racing pool the entire race. He was holding his ground. But, like, those two, like, Alex and Ollie were very impressive moves, though, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they were all great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think then that's it.
Yeah. I don't have any more notes.
Am I exiting, or are you exiting?
Oh, should I try it again this time?
Yes, please. Because apparently you do it better. So I don't want to do it.
Okay. So that's the end of the Dutch Grand Prix, everyone. Follow us on all of our socials. We have Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter, and what is the other one? Oh, Threads. We do have Threads.
You say Insta?
And Instagram. I'm not as good as this as I thought. But either the handles are 2OJ Podcast, or 2OJ Pod. It's because ours was stolen. But yeah, go follow us.
OJ Pod? Who does that?
Go follow us, give us a like, interact with our stuff. Our TikToks are amazing. They're funny. But yeah. Bye, everyone!